All right, folks, we are live playing Ironsworn Eye of the Storm. I am very excited for our guest today. You may know her as Agent Boomer from our Doom to Repeat campaign. You will soon know her as Snooval, the Gold Dragon, Dragonborn from our Ashoka campaign. Yeah, that's coming up. It's none other
Yes.
than Amanda. Hey, Amanda.
Hey! Oh my gosh, I'm so excited.
I'm
Okay.
I'm so
Totally
excited to
nervous.
have
I'm
you.
so excited.
Yes, I know you're going to bring the right kind of chaos to today's session.
Have you ever seen like The Good Place? Really
Yes,
quick.
yes.
There was like this one little. There's this character Jason, and the best thing I could think of with me was just like, well, if there's ever a problem, I just throw a Molotov cocktail, and now I have a whole completely different problem. And I'm like, I've heard I was set up for a problem. I'm like, oh, I'm about to light this on fire. I'm so excited.
Well, let's see. Hopefully, we can light some stuff on fire.
Yes.
Hopefully, we can light this husk on fire.
Mm.
Harassing half. But before we get too ahead of ourselves, let's go over the story so far. Right.
Okay.
So when we began last session, Half had returned a champion. He not only came back with some black iron that he helped the cartographer leader whom it belonged to, bring it back. He also came back with a stormbird, and people were amazed, and it was a big deal. And Half immediately went to the historians. He wanted to talk to the historians to learn more about the Stormbird and possibly if there's some kind of prophecy or something tied to this appearance of this Stormbird. And sure enough, we rolled for it, and the historians were quite worried, in fact, that there is a prophecy. That prophecy being related to the Ironmongers and a lost leader that they believe will reappear when a Stormbird shows up. So sure enough, that night at the meeting, at the tribe meeting, the Ironmongers brought up that the storm, they did the math, and the storm is in such a place that it has revealed a location, a site where a former leader of theirs is likely resting or stuck, and they want to save them. And Half got permission from the historians and the cartographers. He got their blessing to train the Stormbird, but he didn't get the permission of
Oh.
the Ironmongers. The Ironmongers said, "We'll give you that permission if you help us retrieve our leader." Now, I want to add a little wrinkle to this that we didn't do last session.
Let's do it.
I think the historians are actually scared about this Ironmonger leader returning. Maybe he was very militaristic. Maybe he was just wanting to do things that were not good for the tribe. And the tribe has reached a nice kind of evenness, right? So the historians don't really like that the Ironmongers are so about this. I think that it's appropriate that Half would have to make an iron vow to either the historians, in which he promises them that he will do what he can to ensure this Ironmonger doesn't return. Or you can make an iron vow to the Ironmongers simply to help them retrieve their leader from this place. On one hand, if you side with the historians, you will kind of cement your place amongst their ranks. This is currently what Half kind of wants anyway. And but you will forever probably taint your relationship with the Ironmongers. Or if you choose to go with the Ironmongers, you can gain a new ally in the Ironmongers, because right now they're kind of iffy on you.
Right.
But you would retrieve this new leader, and you don't know what kind of chaos this new leader of the Ironmongers might bring. So, which of these two iron vows do you think that you would take?
And I can't do like technically because what was stated. I just needed retrieve somebody. Didn't like and help. Didn't mean that I couldn't kill them on the way back. Am I correct in that in that?
I think it's fair
I'm
that you
being
can interpret it that way if you want, but I don't think you can have your cake and eat it too in the sense that you can
I
accomplish
thought I'd
both.
try.
So I think,
Uh,
yeah, it's down to one vow. Which side are you basically taking?
I I feel like with half and what their true honest desires are, I'm gonna go ahead and make the vow for the historians.
Okay,
That
so um, how do we word this vow? Half vows to
half vows. I
ensure.
believe half.
Go ahead.
I think the how about this? The safety of the tribe above all. So so to them he would be like, I will make sure like this does not come back and bite us in the behind.
Gotcha.
Does that make sense
Yeah,
how
I
I'm
think
saying it?
so. I mean, I think we could probably distill
Because I
it.
don't think half would murder someone if they were just chill. You know what I mean? If they just
True. Okay.
that's the thing.
Okay.
Because if they're innocent, that's where I
Gotcha.
think they would. So if they're like an innocent person who, let's just say, got caught up in the storm type thing, I don't think half would like just cold. Jason Voorhees this. I think he would actually be like, he would tell the historians that's where the vow's going to go. I will go ahead and make sure if we bring whatever back, it is safe for the tribe. But if not, I will go ahead and handle that before they even come back. Is that fair?
I think so. I think we'll say that you judge the Ironmonger leader
Perfect.
to
Yes.
see if they are fit to return. Because I think you're right
Oh
that
yeah.
that if they seem sane, if they seem reasonable, yeah, you're right. Half isn't just going to murder somebody in cold blood. But if they seem super militaristic or crazy, maybe they've gone crazy in the storm. Okay.
Yes.
So with that said, I'm going to mark this as a dangerous vow, which
Okay.
determines how much progress we make. I think that because we found the location, the Hallowed Ruin, we're going to
Yes.
mark 2 progress because the difficulty of the vow determines how much progress you can make every time you succeed. So right now,
Okay.
on this vow, you have 2 check marks or 2 marks of progress. So now that we've decided that, we've sided with the historians for now. Half goes out. Half goes out with like 5 ironmongers and their leader named Edda, Edda. That was the name of the leader. They travel out
Got it.
and they travel to the edge of the foreseeable world. I mean, the site, the Hallowed Ruin, is found on the east side of the storm wall, very close to the storm wall, maybe only a mile or so away. So
Oh,
you
okay.
find this Hallowed Ruin, and you see that there are these murals all around these crumbling walls, and it seems to depict a story of something creating the storm. And there is some depiction of humans, and there's some depiction of elves, but there's depictions of other things, and there's this inference that Half got that maybe something else was involved in the creation of the storm. But the problem is the Ironmongers thinks this is blasphemous. Anything that talks bad about the storm or implies something bad about the storm is blasphemous to them. They think the storm is their religion, right? So
Yes.
what they tell Half is before we leave this site, we're going to destroy these murals. So that's one thing,
Okay.
right? So they rush into the site, and Half does a circle around the site, and he finds that there is one mural that depicts this black figure that seems to be draining the
Yeah.
life from everybody else. And Half realizes whatever this thing is, it might be in that Hallowed Ruin. So he rushed after the Ironmongers to save them, ran into them, and they ran into some crumbled ruins. They only found one way to go into these crumbled ruins, like a long hallway. They entered the hallway,
Mhm.
and then there was an avalanche or like a cave-in. They all jumped out of the hallway in time to find themselves in a new room, a dark room. But the cave-in had like caused some of the ceiling to open up, and there were these bodies,
Mhm.
like these mummified bodies that landed on the ground. And one of them came to life, and that's when we realized that it was a husk, possibly the husk that is haunting this place. And it started attacking. It started attacking Half. That's kind of where we last left off. So
Yep.
I think
Okay.
we last left off, let me look at the notes here. The husk moves much faster than Half and leaps onto him. Half collapses to the floor, being held at bay. The husk being held at bay by Half's hammer, but the husk's mouth opens, revealing a black void. So what's happening now is that the husk has initiative, which means it gets to attack. And I think what it's going to do, I'll read you the description of this creature so that you can have an idea. Where are we?
I'm gonna die.
Hopefully not. We'll see.
Hopefully not.
Okay, here we go. A husk is what remains of an Ironlander whose body, mind, and soul are hollowed out by dark magic. So they have withered flesh and black eyes. They have these clawed fingernails and a horrifying wail. I think that this husk is going to let out, while it's staring at Half, this horrifying wail. And I think that it is going to use the move Clash. When your foe's initiative and you fight in close quarters, you need to roll plus iron. So on your character sheet, go ahead and roll plus iron. All you have to do is click the iron button, and it will auto-roll for you.
Did it go through?
It probably will momentarily.
Oh, I didn't hit the... and there's no modifier. Sorry, just going to
No modifier. Okay, you got a strong hit. That's great. On a strong hit, you get to inflict your harm and choose one of the following. You also have initiative, which means you'll be able to do something this turn. But
nice.
Let me pull up our map here. You inflict harm, so that means we're going to go to... let's see, I think we have the husk written here. So marking progress against this thing, or when you harm him... we'll say that it counts as 1. So there's 1 check mark added to the progress of defeating this bad boy. You have initiative, so you get to attack next round, but you also can either take +1 momentum or inflict an additional +1 harm.
I'm going to do a +1 harm.
Okay, so it goes from 3 to 4 now. 4 progress against this enemy. Pretty good. So you now have the initiative Half, and so you can attack. Now, you can just continue to battle with this thing. And I would imagine that last round, that clash, probably looks something like, you bashed him in the face with the mace.
Yeah.
Before it could let out like a squeal, before it could start to have an effect on you guys. Mm-hmm. So you can enter the fray. When you have initiative, you can try to strike at this thing. Or you could try something unusual, like you could try to gather information to better understand where you are. Because remember, you're currently in a room that you don't know where the exit is. All you know is that this crazy monster is attacking you. So you could continue engaging it, or you could try to kind of back off, let the Ironmongers do some work, and look for a way out.
Ooh, yeah, I was going to say, how many Ironmongers are in the room with me?
I mean, there's probably like 6 of them in there, and they're also kind of pulling out their weapons and trying to attack this thing.
So I'm going to say this. Is there a way for me to, I do want to do some harm, but I actually want the others to do it. Reason being is because I'm hoping one of them will get killed. So I'm not surrounded completely by Ironmongers.
Sure.
But also they can also wear that thing down without me getting... So is there like a way, like maybe when I hit it towards an Ironmonger? Do you get where I'm going? Where maybe I do that and
I get that. The best I can do is I can either give you a +1 on one of your attack rolls, so you'd add a +1 to your modifier, or I can just make the difficulty of this enemy less. Right now it's formidable, and I could make it dangerous because they engage in it and make the battle a little easier because they're taking some brunt of the attack.
Okay, let's do that.
Okay.
Let's go ahead.
Okay, so I'm going to make this this is going to be a dangerous encounter as opposed to a formidable encounter, which means the progress from this point on will be faster.
Okay.
But you are going to I suppose you're going to strike. You're going to attack in
Yeah,
close
let's
quarters, right?
let's do like a chest, like a good kick to the chest, so therefore I can hit it, but at the same time use my momentum because half is pretty big. Boom, use that power towards that.
Okay, cool. So you are going to roll plus iron. Now I'm going to look real quick at your assets. I forgot to show you
Go
this
for it.
before we started, but there
Mm.
are some assets. You have a companion, which is a hawk, and it is leveled up to the point
Ooh.
that it can give you +1 when you try to distract an enemy. But when you face danger, secure an advantage, or compel something using Thunderbringer, which is your big hammer, you gain advantages. But I think that's basically it. You have Trickster as well, but none of these really apply right now. So let's just stick with this idea of rolling plus iron. So you're going to go ahead and click iron again, and let's see what we get.
Let's do that. Let's go. What do we get?
Another strong hit!
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
so on a strong hit, you are going to inflict 1 harm, and you're going to retain initiative. Now, because this thing is dangerous, you're going to mark 2 progress. Let me open it up. So under the husk, we're going to add 2 check marks to this bad boy. 2, 4. So you've got 6 check marks total. So describe to me what this scene looks like as you strike at this thing with the Ironmongers.
When it tried to roar the first time, I hit it with the hammer on that. Now that I feel like I got it up with that hammer strike, being able to get on my feet, I'm gonna go ahead and do a Spartan 300 chest kick right in dead center, knocking that mofo pretty far, like at least 5 feet back, in my opinion. Like, pwah!
And kind of right into a group of Ironmongers who just start
Right
beating the
into
shit
it.
out of it.
Yes.
Okay,
Whale
so
it.
you can continue to fight. You have the initiative, so you can continue to strike at
Okay.
this thing. You could attempt to end the fight, but that's going to be a little tough because you
Can't
only
have
have
that thing
6
alive.
progress. You want to get,
Right.
you can get up to 10. So what would you like to do? Just
I'm
continue
gonna
to fight this thing?
this thing is, in my opinion, I feel like this is gonna haunt me if I don't make sure it's put down.
All
So
right.
while they're wailing on it, let's go ahead and I have the hammer, and I'm gonna go ahead and do a running start and gonna try to like clobber that sucker down.
That sounds good. That sounds good. Let's do it. All right,
Go
so
for it.
you're going to roll plus iron again.
Okay, let's do that. Come on.
Whoops.
Dang! No.
A
No,
miss.
I
A
missed.
miss. Now, unfortunately, you can't burn your momentum because it's a 10 and a 9. I think you're at like a
Right.
6 now. So, when you miss, your attack fails and you must pay the price. The foe has the initiative. So, first of all, you have to pay the price. Go ahead and roll a D100 for me to find out what happens to you or the situation. 39. The current situation worsens.
Of course.
What do you think would be a worsening to the situation?
So when let's just say there's two, yeah, I go to run and I trip on let's just say like because the ground's uneven, so like like cobblestone, I can't see, I trip on the uneven ground, and I'm gonna land face first because it's on the ground, it's on its back, I'm gonna land on its stomach.
Okay,
like
got it.
right on top.
So you kind of like land right on top of it. I think
like that.
a worse situation even still is that I would imagine like one of the Ironmongers is like holding it and like waiting for you to strike it, but because you never strike, it like turns and just kind of snaps the guy's neck or something and kills one of the Ironmongers, right?
Okay. So yeah, that absolutely. So if that like I fall, tumble, causes one of them to die for sure. Yeah.
One goes down. Okay.
One goes
It's got
down.
the initiative. I think again it is going to attempt to clash with you. You're gonna roll plus iron as it begins to engage with you.
Okay, let's do this. Come on, do better. do better. Weak hit, but
A weak
A
hit.
hit.
Okay. On a weak hit, inflict your harm, but then pay the price. Your foe has initiative. So,
Okay.
we'll say that there are still other Ironmongers attacking it, But
Right.
and maybe you even manage to kind of scramble away, but you're going to pay the price. So roll another D100.
Okay. Let's see what that brings us. 42.
42. Let's pull up pay the price. A new danger or foe is revealed.
You know what I'm gonna do.
What are you going to do?
I'm sorry, whoever's taking over. We're gonna probably have another husk
Another
come to
husk.
life.
We can just
I'm just.
maybe we can
Or
make
is there something else less?
Well, think about it. Just previously, there was a cave-in. We could make an oracle roll and
yeah.
decide, is it a cave-in, is it another cave-in, or is it another husk? You think that's fair?
Yes.
Okay, roll a D100, and if it's 51 or greater, it's another husk. 41. So,
Not another husk.
describe to me what happens.
Okay. Let's do this. So with the battle going on, let's say because of the cave-in, and let's say another ironmonger is maybe a little too close to one of the shaky walls of the
Sure.
cave-in,
And strikes it
causes
by
like
accident.
a rippling. Yes, causes let's say something falling from the roof. So whether that ironmonger is killed or at least damaged, that thing hits him in the back, like I want to say in the shoulder, something like that.
Okay, so another ironmonger goes down, is what you're saying.
Crushes.
Okay,
Yeah,
I
gets
think
crushed by the cave-in.
I think that's fair. With that said,
Okay.
half might also have some fall on him. You are going to make an adventure move called Face Danger when you attempt something risky or react to an imminent threat. So, you may decide how you like to react to this. Do you want to roll with speed, agility, or precision? Charm, loyalty, or courage? Aggressive action, forceful defense, strength, or endurance? Deception, stealth, or trickery? Expertise, insight, or observation? What kind of what feels right here?
In this moment, I would, because if you're gonna dodge something, I would say the speed.
Yeah.
That would sit. It's either that or the strength and endurance, but I'm gonna go with speed just so we can at least avoid as much of that as possible.
That totally makes sense. You're gonna roll plus edge. So click that plus edge button and let's see if you make it out.
Okay, let me. Whoop. Sorry. Is
under your character sheet.
There's plus edge.
Go to summary.
Yeah.
There's a tab that says summary.
Got it. Sorry about that.
All good.
And it was edge. Let's go ahead, click that, and submit. Sucker.
A strong hit, man. You're rolling these strong hits. Okay, on a strong hit, you are successful. So you definitely dodge out of the way, and you can take +1 momentum.
Oh, sweet. Okay.
Now, your enemy... Yeah, so add that +1 momentum to your momentum meter. The enemy still has initiative, though. So I'm going to say that, you know, the Husk has, like, thrown a couple of these Ironmongers off. 2 of them are dead. Maybe it's going to... Is it going to go for the other Ironmongers, or is it going to go for you? Let's do another Oracle roll. Roll a D100, 51 or greater, it goes for you. Okay, so it's...
No, it doesn't!
It's focusing on the Ironmongers, and it's going to town on them.
Okay.
Go ahead and... Let's have you roll plus iron. Because this is a clash move, and we're going to determine what the enemy does here.
Ooh, okay, so we got a miss right there.
On a miss, you are outmatched and must pay the price. So I think what happens is that this thing finally lets out a screech successfully. And it like racks your brain with pain. And the other Ironmongers are like, ah! Go ahead and roll a D100. Let's determine what price you must pay as this happens.
55.
Oof. It causes a delay or puts you at a disadvantage. Yeah. I'm going to say that...
totally disoriented.
Yeah, you're completely disoriented, yes. Now, because it succeeded, it still has the initiative, so you're going to continue to clash with it, except currently, if you look at your progress of this enemy...
Yes.
You have 8 progress. You could end the fight, or turn the tide to gain initiative, or end the fight to actually end this fight and kill this thing? Do you want to risk it with 8's progress?
If I fail, does it go down in progress?
If you fail, something bad happens.
Yeah, that's probably okay.
Not necessarily
okay,
death, but like you might endure harm,
bad.
you might endure stress, another
Okay, well,
complication might arise.
there are still 2 others, and it's focused on those 2 bad.
There's
I think there's
three other ironmongers
3
right
others.
now.
Are okay. So at least I have some buffer there. I'm not gonna. I'm gonna attack it because this thing needs to be put down. But I'm not gonna try to like end it. Does that make sense? Where I'm gonna, because it's focused. Can I come up from behind and try to strike it?
Yes, it sounds like you want to try to gain an advantage.
Yes, that's it.
Secure an
Sorry.
advantage is the move.
Yeah,
I think that's fine. What you are
because
going
I'm at
to
a
do
disadvantage.
is
That's
you
why.
have to tell me what you want to do. You want to do this with strength, agility, stealth, or using your wits.
Let's go with stealth
Okay, so you're going to
because then
try to
I'm trying to
sneak up.
get. Yeah, I'm gonna try to sneak up on that thing and try to gather my bearings because I am still a little rattled.
All right, so roll plus shadow. Let's see what you get.
Oh, come on.
I'll
Shadow.
also say this. Because you're trying to secure an advantage, you could use your hawk. The hawk would fly out
Oh.
and distract the enemy, and you would gain a +1 to this roll.
Okay, yeah, let's go
like
ahead
that?
and use the hawk.
All right,
Yeah,
so
for sure.
roll with shadow, and then you'll add +1.
Okay, submit.
Nice.
Oh yeah.
Strong hit.
hit.
Here we go. You gain the advantage.
Do this.
Take control. Make another move now. Add +1 to your progress. So we're gonna go +2 because this is a dangerous foe.
Yeah,
which
it
means
is.
you're going to be at 10. You'll be at the full progress, which is very good. You're going to take 2 momentum, so your momentum goes up to 9.
Okay.
That's excellent.
Yes.
And the next move you make, you can add a +1 to it. So you can try to end this fight now, or you can attack it. I mean, you basically are going to be able to end the fight.
I was gonna at this point, yeah, it's already practically done. Let's go ahead and end the fight.
Okay.
And
What you're going to do is you're going to roll 2d10 against the fact that you have 10 check marks. So you're going to hope that at least one of those dice is under a 10. Okay, you roll. No, not 2d20.
Oh wait, yeah,
not
I was
2d12.
like, jeez, I'm hit. I'm just hitting. All right, hold on. I got too excited.
All
I
right.
got too excited.
It's good.
Let's do this correctly.
That is a strong hit, a 9 and an 8.
Yes.
On a strong hit, the foe is no longer in the fight. They are killed out of action, flee, or surrender as appropriate to the situation and your intent. So, describe to me how you finish this thing.
Okay, so I send the hawk off to kind of circle around to the front, the facing, and to do a loud screech. He's facing up behind with me, kind of like shaking it off, like kind of just like that. Grab my hammer, and then I'm just gonna go ahead and just do like a run in, and then I'm going to jump and I'm gonna pop that mofo right on top of the cranium to literally smash it into the ground.
You gotta imagine the head just kind of like explodes in a puff of black dust. So
yeah, perfect.
Now that you have done this, the dust settles and it quiets. It's you and 3 others. Let's decide if Edda is still alive. Do you think it's likely or unlikely that Edda is still alive?
I feel like Edda would still be alive,
Okay,
personally.
so let's just go with the fact that there's Edda and there's 2 other Ironmongers left.
Mm-hmm.
And they're just as, kind of flabbergasted as what happened. They're looking at all the other bodies too. But you find yourselves in a room with no visible exit. So, what do you think is the next move?
I'm actually gonna go ahead. Is there a way I can train my hawk to start flying around to see if they find something.
Yeah, it sounds like you're trying to
Does
gather
you
some
know,
information.
right? And also, is how much light is there in this room?
I
Is
think
there like a
almost
little
nothing.
bit, maybe?
I think it's
Okay.
maybe a crack in the ceiling, but it's mostly like torchlight.
It's all torchlight? Okay. So yeah, I'm going to oh, my poor baby bird. Um it's for the best. So I'm going to go ahead and send it off to
Okay.
see cuz I can hear the flapping of the feathers, maybe it's call whatnot to kind of figure out how big the room is.
Yeah.
Also if there's other pathways.
Sure, absolutely. You're trying to find a way out of
Yeah.
here. Now,
Yeah.
let me also set the scene for you here in the sense that it's about midday. The
Yeah.
storm is
Oh.
maybe only a mile or so away. By
Oh
tomorrow
no.
morning, if you don't get out of here by tomorrow morning, that storm could sweep this area and half would be lost to the storm.
Oh crap. Okay. So
So, time is of the essence here, okay?
yes, okay.
With that
So
said, go ahead.
do I have a torch or who has torches?
If you could have a torch if you want, I think it's reasonable that you would have
Ooh,
one.
okay. Okay.
Um, I think the
I'm gonna still send the
Ironmongers.
bird off.
Yeah, that's fine. We'll make a roll for that. But I think the Ironmongers also would. They would still be adamant about finding their leader. They don't want to leave here until they find that leader. So at some point, it's going to become, a decision. Anyway, if you're going to gather
Right.
information, you're going to roll plus
Yeah.
wits. Now, I don't believe you have a. You have your hawk, but I don't know if gathering information. If you get a +1, let's look now. Undertake a journey, resupply. Nope, that's it. So you're gonna roll plus wits, not
Okay.
Hath's greatest attribute, but that's okay.
Still strong.
Wow, you got some luck on you, girl. On a strong
Yes.
hit, you discover something helpful and specific. The path you must follow or action you must take to make progress is made clear. Envision what you learn and take +2 momentum. So your momentum is going to go to max. I think it's going to go to +10.
Yes.
But the thing is that you successfully find something. Now, I think what we can do is maybe rolling on the features of this ruined hallow will help us figure it out. Roll a
Oh,
D100.
for sure. All right. 52. Like, what do you got? What do you got?
52. Okay, again, interesting. Some collapsed architecture. We kind of rolled this last time. So I think maybe go ahead and explain what you think Char, your hawk, finds that is like collapsed architecture.
Let's go ahead and say there's like a little ledge, not like you go a little bit into the room and it's like you actually have to kind of hook your way up. It's like maybe 5 feet, so you have to kind of run jump. But there's like tunnels, but
Okay.
this is like like it leads to a tunnel to maybe a room that could show us a little bit more history.
Sure.
Or also maybe we can maybe smell fresher air or just indication that we can exit out this way. Does that make sense?
Yeah, absolutely. You could almost explain it like the collapsed architecture like reveals a hallway or something,
Yes.
like kind of opens up. So, but you say it's a
Yeah.
little high up, right? So, I'm gonna ask. I think it's probably easy enough using the tools and the things that you and the other ironmongers have to get up to this thing. I mean, you throw a rope
Like
and
lift every
exactly, or use some pitons or something. But the point is you get up there and you start traveling forward. You are now going to make a new move. You are going to delve the depths. So what you're going to do is, depending on the way you're entering, are you moving with haste? Are you moving with stealth? Or are you moving with expertise?
Oh, that's so good. Well, I hate to say it, with the adrenaline that we just went through and we're collapsed and we know that time is of the essence, I hate to say we're going to have to go with speed on this.
Okay.
As much as I would like to be cautious, we don't have.
Okay, you're going to roll plus edge. Let's see what happens.
Yeah, let's see what we get. Okay, let's go. What do we got? Plus edge. Be nice.
Here we go.
No.
Okay,
way.
now here's the
Wait,
good news. You can burn the momentum and make it a strong hit. Want to do that?
I'm going to burn the momentum.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Mhm.
It would
I
just
mean,
be a weak
if
hit, which is still a success.
Oh.
The weak hit is still technically a success, just there's a complication. Or you can just have a strong hit. If you want to burn your
Nah,
momentum.
we're at a 10. We can go down to a 9, in my opinion.
No. You're going to go to
So
+2 is the problem. It resets to 2. That's the catch.
Are you kidding? That was a little bit. Okay. Let's no, because I read. I'm gonna still burn something because I just don't feel like we should be messing.
You
around
just
in
want to
this area.
guarantee that you can get out of here. So on a strong hit, you delve deeper. You're going to mark progress, and you're going to find an opportunity. So on our character sheet, you're going to go to judge the Ironmonger leader to see if they are fit to return. I think we're going to add 2 check marks to that. So if you want to go ahead and do that, add 2 check marks to the progress.
Okay.
And go ahead.
So sorry. With the momentum, what should the number correctly be for momentum?
Because you haven't burned it, it's still at a +10.
Got it.
So set it to 10. Okay.
Done.
And then now let's go to progress. And the husk is destroyed, so we can delete this. But let's go to the site. We still have to make a little bit of progress in this site. Because it's formidable, it's only going to be 1 check mark of progress, okay?
That's
so now
fair.
you have 3 check marks. So, here's what happens. On a strong hit, find an opportunity. So, what that means is you're going to find an opportunity. Let me just triple check if this isn't a move. I think it's something we roll on the define the opportunity. Okay, find an opportunity. When you encounter a helpful situation, you are going to either gain insight and take +1 momentum, but you can't do that because you have already +10, or take an action now. You and any allies may make a move which directly leverages the opportunity. When you do, add +1 and take +1 momentum on a hit. Go ahead and roll a d100 for me, and we can kind of decide with the roll what opportunity we find. You rolled it 38? All right.
Yeah.
An aspect of the history or nature of this place is revealed. An aspect of the history or nature of this place is revealed. What do you think that means?
I think because it is tied to that leader. Let's go ahead and let's do. You know how like in Egypt they would have a story on walls that they would tell of the person's either accomplishments and whatnot. Let's go ahead and start revealing what this person is like, which will help me determine if they're worthy to come back to the tribe or not.
Interesting.
So this will that's what I think. What do you think?
I think that's interesting. Yeah, let's see. Now the thing is that an aspect of the history or nature of this place is revealed. Okay, roll a we're going to gather information, it sounds like. So roll a plus wits, and you're going to add +1 because of your last success.
All right, wits +1. Come on, give me something decent. Opportunity.
An opportunity. The reason it's an opportunity is because the challenge die are both 3, and you rolled higher than them. So this is a strong hit with an opportunity. So this is really good.
Yes, give me details.
The path you must follow or action you must take is made clear. Envision what it is. Take +2 momentum. Okay, so ignore the momentum. But I think the path is going to be made clear, but we have to roll for it because we don't really know. Now, I think what's really left to... This building was built before the Ironmonger leader. So if it has anything about the leader, it's only going to describe whether the leader has been corrupted or made better by this location. So I think... Do you think that it is more likely that the Ironmonger leader has become corrupted or that they have somehow gained power by being in this place. Remember that the iron pillars are meant to be somewhere in here.
Oh, that's a good point. Ah,
We're gonna make an oracle roll so you tell me which
I
is
was gonna.
the more likely. Which do you think is more likely?
Is it wrong? I'm like I'm like being negative. I'm like, this guy's now gone to the dark side.
I mean, let's be honest. This is a place with a bunch of scary, like, zombie husks. Like, there's something tainted about this place.
Sorry, yeah, like I don't see him acting like Paddington or something like that. This guy is gone. Yeah, he's gone Sith Lord. Let's do it.
Okay, so
Dark.
we're gonna ask the oracle. 26 or greater, and he is corrupted. So roll a d100, and 26 or greater, he has been corrupted in some kind of dark way.
Let's see. 11?
Okay, he has not been corrupted.
Plot twist,
Now,
y'all.
now here's what happens. Like, I imagine you're walking down the hallway and you see like murals that depict people maybe interacting with the pillar. Some of them become corrupted, some of them don't. So it's still kind of a 50-50. But I think because you rolled,
That's cool.
You rolled an opportunity.
That's
I think we can continue to delve the depths.
Oh, that's a
I think
plot
that-
twist.
I think that-
That'd be funny. That'd be funny. And my assumption, he's just like, no, my name's Chad. I'm chilling.
Let's see.
It's just a himbo.
Yeah. Okay. So I think the most likely thing is just to again delve the depths. You guys.
I agree.
You
We're
know,
gonna keep going.
Yeah. You find this long hallway again with stuff on it depicting. So now you're still unsure whether the leader has been corrupted or not.
Right. I'll say this because just matching the dice. Like so, like half is, let's say like they already have a bias and all this because of ironmongers and all that. So
True.
I think that let's go ahead and do that. Like they automatically were being presumptuous in certain things, but with what we're seeing, it makes them double guess and kind of be like, okay, I got to be less judgmental. Maybe I don't know everything. So let me get a little bit more before they actually make a final decision. So does that make sense? So it's more of like an emotional thing that they're going
Yeah,
to
absolutely.
Okay.
It totally makes
Okay.
sense. So we're going to continue to delve the depths
Sure.
of this place. You are going to tell me whether you are rolling with haste, stealth, or expertise.
Yeah, we're going to still go with haste.
Okay, you're going to roll plus edge. No plus this time.
No, my edge isn't like, it's okay. Let's see. Come on. Huh. Interesting. Okay.
So here's the thing: is if you don't burn that momentum,
We burn in
it's
it.
going to be a really bad complication. Yeah.
We're going to burn it. And we get a strong hit out of it. So
Yes, that's awesome. So, on a strong hit, you
Yes.
delve deeper, mark progress, and find an opportunity. So again, let's find what this opportunity is you can either gain +1 momentum and go from 2 to 3 because you've already burned it, or you can make another move of some kind. First of all,
what other moves?
well, first roll a d100, so let's see what we find.
Yeah. That's true. Let's do that. 75.
75. This area provides an opportunity to scavenge, forage, or hunt.
Ooh.
To scavenge, forage, or hunt.
I think scavenge. We're going to find some really cool shit here.
You
Sorry.
think we might find like something magical or?
I want to so bad.
Hmm.
But I also all right. So we're entering it. Could it be like for what? It could be precious metals. It could be magical. Or elf related.
Okay.
Elf artifact.
Let's say that you go down this long hallway and it leads to a new room, and there are precious like things, finely made goblets, finely made armor, different colors of metals and such.
It's like that scene in The Mummy where they just
Yes.
walk in and they just are like, holy crap! Yes, I love that.
Um, I think I want
Found
to add a
treasure.
wrinkle to it though, which is that
Go for it. I
there's
mean, it is.
probably
Come
a
on.
chance that this is like a trap of some kind.
Absolutely.
Are you going
I
to ignore what's going on? Kind of everything around here and kind of press on, or are you going to explore this place?
I am not going to explore
Okay.
because I'm thinking also we don't have time. We don't have like the man bodies to like carry all
True.
this stuff. It's a distraction. But if there is some like precious iron or something that's very distinctive, like a weapon or a rarity or something that within the culture is that's the only thing. If it was like
Okay.
black
Do you
iron,
want
you know what I
to
mean?
gather information and look around this area to see if you can find
I
something,
think, yeah, damn
or
it.
do you want to just press on?
I want to,
Do
can
what you
we
do what you
gather
think half would
information
do.
without,
Yeah, I
honestly,
think
well, if you're
so.
in this, without touching anything, that's like half is like, because it is, I'm assuming a big room, so they
Yeah.
probably want to make sure they're like something that they're not missing, but we're not going to spend like all day
Okay,
here.
you're gonna roll plus wits to gather information, and you're going to
Okay.
be able to add +1 because of the last good roll that you did.
Okay. Also, is my hawk still with me or is it
Hawk
gone?
is still with you. I would imagine it
Thank
flew
you.
back with you once you moved on.
Excellent. Come on.
A
Weak hit.
weak hit. On a weak hit, the
Hit it.
information complicates your quest or introduces a new danger. Envision what you discover and take +1 momentum. So you will add +1 to your momentum, which is good.
Okay.
But a complication arises. I think that complication is that maybe some of this stuff might be trapped.
I think, and also we're not putting to the account the other people in the party.
Exactly.
So I think a complication. I feel like one of them especially would go and maybe set off a trap.
Okay, all right, that's cool.
Maybe I took it too far.
No,
but
I think it's interesting.
that's it.
Roll a d100 to see kind of what happens when this person does this.
If he dies, I don't care. That's where I'm like 46.
46. I'm rolling on the
See.
Mystic Backlash. So 46, you affect or damage your surroundings, causing a disturbance or potential harm.
Okay. So how about this? So, dumbass number 1 behind us maybe see something and is like, oh, okay, like this is like a lot of gold or just something jewels or something. Maybe they go to grab like that chalice. They do that, and it sets off. What is it, like that Rube Goldberg effect where
Yeah.
it caused like an avalanche, and it caused like a crump, and he full on gets crushed
Oh, snap.
by a lot of the thing, like by the things that he wanted. So it's like just like
So I think that there is
Or is
that
that too
chance
far?
that he could die, but I think a
Or
roll needs to
injured.
determine that. A trap is definitely set off, and I think I like
Yeah.
your description of how like it's like an avalanche. Maybe it's an avalanche of gold. Maybe sand starts pouring into the room or something. Because I think everybody would be probably screwed by this. So
Yes, absolutely.
because of that, you need to decide what you need to do next. You're definitely facing danger. But are you going to do it where you're just worrying about yourself, or are you going to try to save this guy in the process?
Oh shit. Yeah. Yeah.
If you're worrying about yourself,
I w-
you would roll plus edge. If you're trying to be courageous and help somebody, you would roll plus heart.
I feel, yeah, I just gotta. I would try. I have to
Okay.
at least try.
Okay.
So
You're going to roll
I will
plus
roll-
heart
Yes.
to
Let me do
determine
that.
what happens.
Oh,
Oh, nice.
strong hit.
On a strong hit, you're successful. You're going to take +1 momentum, so increase that momentum +1. And describe to me how you save these guys, how you get out of this room. I would imagine you managed to escape the room.
So let's go ahead. Dumbass grabs the child, starts getting that avalanche. Let's say it's happening so fast. I let's just say, and there's a lot of gold and metal. It's just adding more and more weight before they get crushed. It's like a 1-2 heave ho, drag him out of that thing, and then I'm like, we're gonna just go ahead and drag, and hopefully the other people will see, because this person's still injured because they got took on a
Yes.
bunch of pressure and all
Yeah.
that, that we're just gonna go ahead and carry this guy out.
Okay, so you get out of the room, and you
Yeah.
know the sand starts kind of filling the area where the guy was, but you're safe now. You all look at each other like, this place is dangerous as hell. And I think this is a good place to take a break, Amanda. All right, so we'll be back in 5 minutes to finish the session.
Yes.
We are back playing Ironsworn.
Yes!
This is hella exciting. You are rolling really well. You are on fire. Hopefully this break didn't break your stride. Let's see what happens.
I know. We'll see.
So, describe the new situation now. You're out of this crazy trap room. You've saved one of them, although one of them is taking a little bit of damage. What's the next move?
Yes. We're gonna go ahead. So we left that big massive room. I feel like we would enter into another hallway because I don't think we would just go straight into another room. I feel like we were gonna get into a hallway, and I'm debating about if I want to add another wrinkle, but I'm just gonna do it. We're gonna go down a hallway. If there's any more art, there is, but we're gonna probably enter a room with a couple passageways, maybe.
Okay, so you're going to try to continue to delve the depths.
Oh yeah, we in it. We're going.
Now at this point, let's see, because the Ironmongers are aware of the time limit as well, but one of them is now injured. And I think they might argue that we need to stay for a bit and heal this guy. We need to wrap up his wounds or something.
That's fair. That makes sense. That would make sense.
I'm going to say you can compel them not to do that. Or you can make camp, but it will take time off.
I would say think of it this way. We just left one trap for another. We don't want to be staying here for as long. So if he wants to, we're going to if we have to move, let's move. Because if not, we die. And hopefully they listen to me on that.
Pabst is saying you need to delve those depths. So you are going to compel them first. You need to compel these guys. And the way you're going to do it is we have a poll going right now. Should the group make camp or delve the depths?
What did they say?
We'll see in a second what chat wants to do. But in the meantime, let's try to compel these guys to make camp. You are going to roll. If you're trying to convince them, you're going to roll plus heart. If you're trying to threaten them, you're going to roll plus iron. Or if you're trying to lie to them, you're going to roll plus shadow. What do you think?
Well, I actually don't want to make camp. I want to keep moving. So that's...
I understand that.
They want to make camp.
You're trying to compel them. How are you trying to compel them?
I'm looking at my numbers. Like, lie or be nice. Lie or be nice. I am... Now, I feel like half is actually a good person. Let's go heart.
Okay. Damn it. Roll that plus heart and let's see. The poll is ended, and it's 50-50 of delve or make camp, so this is why we are rolling for it. Okay, so you roll a weak hit. On a weak hit, as above, but they ask something for you in return, envision what they want. So you will take +1 momentum, and they do what you want. But what is it that they want in return? What would they want in return? We can think about that. We don't have to...
I was going to say, the only... Because I don't think they want anything in possession of me. Because the only thing I have is my hammer.
Yeah, you're just causing one of them... You're causing one of these guys to just have to endure like a broken leg. So go ahead. What were you going to say?
Let's kind of do something in the middle, like where maybe I'm trying to push them further, and they're like, no. Let's go ahead and we relent and we meet in the middle. So we're gonna go at a slower pace. So unfortunately, like we're cut in half in speed.
I like that.
So therefore, we can at least do that. So it's like, because I mean, in this situation, I feel like that would be the most sense. It's like that compromise of like, okay, I don't want this, but this is the best way. We're just gonna go at an unfortunate slower pace.
Yeah, Sound Kid Eli says you're responsible for this man's life. And I think one way is maybe they even put one of his arms over your shoulder, so you're like helping him
Yeah.
walk along, right?
Yeah, I'll do that.
Okay,
I'll,
so
I'll like do that.
you did successfully compel him. You're moving at a slower pace. You are going to delve the depths. Are you doing it with haste, with stealth, or with insight?
Well, haste is gone because we're gonna go slower. And what's
true.
insight?
I think insight is like using your wits to discern what might be dangerous, what might not be dangerous, what might be a good direction to move.
And what was the other one? I'm so sorry.
The other one was with stealth, so you'd be rolling plus shadow.
You know what? Let's go with stealth. We're gonna go with stealth because I feel like if I'm going to be that way, it's like I will try to be as sneaky as possible without setting off traps since we just set one off.
So one of the reasons you are moving slow is because you're also trying to be real quiet. You are going to roll plus stealth, or plus shadow, I mean. Let's see what you get.
Come on.
You and these. Okay, you could burn momentum if you wanted and get a strong hit, but otherwise it's a weak hit.
I think we should go ahead and burn one. Let's go ahead and burn one.
Okay, you're going to go back to +2 momentum. You know what? Actually, I think you have a 10 because you haven't changed your momentum since the last time I had you reset. Am I wrong about that? Because there's no way you're back at 10. I think you have...
No. I don't think...
Yeah, I'm going to say that you have like a +4 right now. You have a +4 to your momentum.
I'm going to move it to 4.
So, yeah, move it to 4, and regardless, it's going to be a weak hit. So on a weak hit, roll on the following table according to the stat that you rolled. So give me a D100.
Let's do this.
Let's see what you get.
What mystery is on 36? I'm hitting a lot of 30s today.
36, yeah.
I think I was like 37, 39.
You are simply going to mark progress. So under the sight, we're going to go from, I think it's 4 check marks. We're going to go up 1 check mark.
5. We're getting there.
We're getting there. Getting there, halfway there. You're right. Mark progress. Let's roll on the site features itself. Give me another D100 to see what we come upon.
Done. Let's do this. 17.
17. Dwellings or gathering place? A dwelling or a gathering place? Now, I'm going to chime in here. One obvious gathering place would be where the iron pillars are, right?
Yes.
We've talked before about how people worshipped around these pillars. Sometimes we leave things at these pillars. So maybe you come upon the room where these pillars are.
I think we come upon the room.
Okay.
Let's do it. I think we're in the room with the pillars.
Dwellings or gathering place. Now, you describe what this room might look like, because these pillars are like maybe 10 feet tall, so it's got to be a pretty high ceiling.
Okay, so let's go ahead and do this. So think like a dome type structure. Okay. So we're going to have a dome roof. How many pillars are we thinking? Like 4 or 5?
I think at least 6 iron pillars. And they're like thicker than people, you know what I mean? They're like wider than people.
Yes. Okay, I have an idea. So we're going to do it this way. If I can draw decently, which I can't, but oh well, y'all suck it up. So it's like, think of it in like a circular type of motion that way. Sure. Okay.
So
we're gonna boom.
Sound Kid Eli asks a very interesting question. Is the leader here? Do you want to ask the Oracle, or do we want to gather information, or some other kind of move?
Yes, we're going to ask if the leader's here.
Okay, so how likely do you think? I think it's pretty likely that they're here.
Yeah.
So if it's,
I mean, for the location.
If it's very likely, we'll say that it's almost certain. You're going to roll a D100, and 11 or greater, the leader is probably here. 77.
Yeah, 77.
They are definitely here. Now, are they the same as they were the last time the Ironmongers left them? We've talked about how the pillars can either corrupt or strengthen someone. We can do a 50-50, or we can... I think we could try a different kind of roll. Let's see. We could maybe roll on the person's disposition, or maybe a plot twist.
Oh god. My dramatic self so wants to do a plot twist.
Let's do a plot twist. Let's just see.
Let's do a plot twist.
We know that he's here, but let's just see what the
Here.
twist about him being here is. So roll a d100.
Yes. 73.
73. A new danger appears.
I did this to myself.
So I think
I have no one to blame.
I think it's fair to say that he's here. If we follow the rules of the way being in the storm works,
He would be a danger.
he would actually, this is an interesting problem. If he's alive, it's because it had to because he was turned to iron during the storm covering him, right?
Yes.
If you're inside a cave when a storm passes over you, do you turn to iron, or do you just not turn to iron but you remain alive? Because the storm isn't touching you.
He's within the runes.
He's within the runes.
Right. The storm isn't touching you. Maybe because the runes are also magical as well. That could be.
So either the runes,
you know what?
Either the runes have kept him alive, or he's gotten really old and like survived in here the whole time. You know, he's like, you know, close to 100 or something like that. Or he's been corrupted, or has changed somehow.
I think this is what we can do. Cause of think of it how the runes are almost like in a circular way.
Yeah.
If he learned some magic with that, he used the runes to enhance it, to kind of like protect him as a shield. But the second he almost either leaves, that's where. Let's go ahead. I think he would be alive.
He would be preserved.
He'd be preserved.
Okay.
And let's have him be, but because of that time gap, he would be. I think he should be old, like really old and frail.
So somehow he's been kept alive, but he's aged nonetheless, or he hasn't aged a day.
Oh, okay. Yeah, true that.
Now that implies
well, if he did the magic.
Yeah, that implies that the iron pillars are somehow able to keep people alive or preserved, or he found something that has kept him alive.
I feel like there would have to be a magic ritual you would do to activate that. So that's where I would feel like as long as you're doing either a chant or maybe you do a sacrifice or something like that to sustain. Therefore, it's like the iron, because iron is magical. Honestly, it's enhanced.
Yeah.
The iron, and also we're in this runes already. There's probably stuff that we're not seeing. Like probably the stone itself is pure black iron for all we know.
Possibly.
Because we haven't really examined it. So I'm gonna go with the fact that Homeboy's alive.
Okay.
And I do think, oh, you know what? No, I redact the old frail. He's young buck. He's as is.
He's as he was the last time they left him, which leaves everybody stunned. They were expecting to find, well, I guess they weren't sure what they were expecting to find, but they weren't expecting to find him like in great shape. I like to imagine like you guys walk into this room and in the middle of this circle is the man. He's like sitting like meditation style facing away from you, like his back is to you or something, right?
Yes, that's a great way. Like he's in a trance.
So my question to you is, what is Half's next move? Does Half walk in? Does Half call out? Does Half inspect the area? What's the next move?
Well, Half would, because they're going stealthy too. They are not calling out. I think they'd be stunned. My fear is the dipshits behind, because that would possibly be them, where I'm going, and I'm also carrying this guy.
True.
So so I'm going to call, I'm going to be quiet and stealthy and try to actually go around to get a visual look of this. Whether the people behind me follow my lead, I don't think they will.
I don't think they would, and I think you can use that to your advantage. So you can either secure an advantage or you can gather information. Depending on what you do, I think you can roll with stealth for both of them, or with your shadow for both of them. But you're also
feel like I'm
kind
gonna
of
need it.
you're kind of facing danger. You're walking into a place you don't really understand.
I think the key thing is to maybe secure an advantage
Okay.
at this point, because I know this is ain't good. No one's coming at me with like, oh, here's a plate of roasted potatoes. This is some guy in a freaking like, no, this is not good. So I'm gonna go ahead and try to secure an advantage.
So you're going to kind of try to be quiet, sneak into the shadows while the ironmongers possibly distract this guy. So you're going to roll plus stealth. You're going to you're going to roll plus shadow.
Let's do that.
I hope you fail, because then we just turn it into this guy's like an evil Sith and just starts like electrifying these dudes.
I got a weak hit.
Okay,
sucker.
all right, okay.
Let's see what we got.
On a weak hit, you succeed, so we'll say that you definitely get into the shadows, but you face a troublesome cost. You may choose one. You are delayed, lose advantage, or face a new danger. You are tired or hurt. You are dispirited or afraid, or you sacrifice resources. Which do you think makes sense?
I think it's going to be, we're gonna face new danger. That to me is the most logical sense of, I go ahead and sneak around. Maybe the dipshit that's injured, they're calling out, and that is going to activate the new danger. Does that make sense?
Yeah. So the new danger,
Pardon for my bad language.
you're going to suffer one momentum. So you're going to reduce your momentum by one. You're going to lose whatever advantage you had, and you're going to face a new danger. We've already we previously rolled that you came across a something dangerous here already. I think a move or two ago. I think the danger is this ironmonger guy.
Yeah, that's it.
Like,
that's it.
How do you imagine it playing out? Like, does he look at them and attack? Does he have some kind of powers?
I think we're gonna So noise gets off, and we're gonna actually see him just move his head slightly, like he hears and acknowledges it, and then, because we don't really know exactly what his mental state is at this moment, he's going to go ahead and stand up and face the crew. Maybe not me, because I did sneak away.
Yeah.
But his
attention is definitely drawn to the ironmongers.
So he's going to go to the ironmongers, and I'm kind of curious, like, do we have to roll to see what his response would be to them, or?
Well, we know that it's dangerous.
I know what I would say.
We know that it's dangerous. The chat actually has an interesting suggestion. He controls
what
the
husks.
Say? So, like, he puts his arm out, and all of a sudden, like, husks start coming out of the walls or something.
Yes, oh my god, we are fulfilling my mummy fantasy. Yes, okay. Y'all don't understand. Okay, so let's go ahead. He faces the crew, and then he could be like, I'm not thinking of a cool one-liner. I gotta think of a cool one-liner right now. And he just says something. We'll come back to that, everybody.
I wish we could roll for one-liners, but I don't have that table.
God, he could be like, oh good, they were hungry. And then snaps his finger, and let's go ahead. And how many husks would you like to have come out the wall?
That's a good question. How likely do you think that it's more than two? Because I think two is a lot, because they're formidable enemies.
They're heavy. They're hard to beat. So, I would say
I think that it could be 50-50, or I think it's unlikely that it's more than two.
Let's stick with two.
All right, so I think we can just decide that two husks kind of come out of the wall and are like clamoring towards the ironmongers. This is a problem.
No shit.
And Half has to make a decision. They're either going to jump in and fight with the ironmongers, one of whom is probably injured and like in the doorway. I imagine the guy who's got a broken leg is probably in the doorway. You can either face danger. You could try to get the hell out of there, which still might require a face danger roll, but you could try to gather information or to secure some kind of advantage to get out of here.
Because I made the promise that they wouldn't bring him back. Well, good news is these ironmongers are dead practically, so they're not bringing him back.
You can also make a delve move where you just attempt to leave this site. You can straight up just nope out of here. If you want, you can try to take the guy who's got a broken leg, but it's pretty obvious that 2 husks plus this dude who controls them, it's pretty dangerous. It's just like probably not a fight you're going to be able to win.
No, I think Half understands that instantly, especially with what they faced, what they have. Honestly, they're going to go ahead and take their hawk, and they're going to. I'm debating if we need to take an advantage or just dip out, because we're going to still face danger regardless. So if we get an advantage on the you get where I'm going? I'm trying to think of that.
So you could secure an advantage with your hawk and gain a +1 and then try to escape the depths. So you could do 2 moves instead of 1.
I think that would be...
So just as things get extra hairy, you are going to try to secure an advantage by sending your hawk out ahead of you to kind of let you know when to make the right turns. Are you doing this with speed and agility, aggressive action, deception, stealth, or expertise? Probably insight or expertise, huh?
Yes.
You're going to roll plus wits. And again, let's look to see if your hawk gives you an advantage.
I just realized, Serge, if my wits is kind of okay, but my other stuff is bad. Yeah, I almost like, what does Shadow get? What is Shadow?
Shadow, let's see, can you do it? Yeah, you could do it with deception, stealth, or trickery. You could kind of say that you're using like your deception to like throw the other ironmongers to the wolves, and
also because I'm using. Oh wait, no, because the hawk's not distracting that guy. Because that's
you can only use that when you're combating against them.
Right. Okay, you're right. Okay, so let's go ahead and use...
You could try to secure an advantage by hitting or breaking an inanimate object and gain +1. You want to... How would you flavor that?
How would I break this big thing? If there is...
I almost think you're like Kool-Aid Man, like bursting through walls with the hammer.
Yeah.
Just trying to find a way out of here.
This is what we're gonna do. Okay. Yeah, because I don't think that hammer is great enough to literally take down a whole pillar, because this thing is thick of iron. Now we're okay. Realistically, what we're gonna have to do is, I hate to say it, we're gonna have to speed it, haste it out. Okay. Honestly.
Okay.
I would like to do others, trust me, but I'm trying to think in that moment. It doesn't make sense.
Absolutely. You can roll with speed. You're gonna roll plus edge, but because you are using your hammer also to like knock down some walls, you can add +1 to that roll.
Yes.
Let's see what you get.
Because maybe I'm gonna maybe try to do a cave in as well on top of this guy.
Interesting.
So remember how we had that where the walls were shaky and all that. So if I can start like hitting some key points and we cause, well, what am I doing? Like that dome cave in type thing. We'll do it.
I hear you.
What am I gonna roll? Am I edge, heart, iron?
Plus your plus edge +1.
Okay, that'll get me something.
Edge is not bad. You got a +2 in edge. All right. This is very good. That is a strong hit with an opportunity. So on a strong hit, you gain advantage. You may take control. First of all, add +1 momentum.
Done.
You may make another move, or you may take +2 momentum. What do you want to do? Probably just make another move and add +1.
We're gonna make another move.
All right, so you are going to attempt to escape the depths. You are going to add a +1 as a modifier. But are you trying to find the fastest way out? Are you trying to steel yourself against the horrors of this place? Are you trying to fight your way out, retrace your steps, or keep out of sight?
It's either fight your way out or keep out of sight, because I don't
want just find the fastest way out too.
Find the fastest. Yeah, we're gonna do that.
Okay.
Find the fastest way out.
Roll plus edge +1. This is going to determine how things are left with this site.
Weak hit.
On a weak hit, you find your way out, but this place exacts its price. Choose one.
Oh.
You are wounded, you are shaken,
Okay.
you are delayed and
Okay.
it costs you, you leave behind something important, or you face a new complication as you emerge from the depths, or a denizen plots their revenge. I think I know which
Let's
one
just
I
get
like.
in. Oh no, I know you sicko. Well, think of it this way: because I've been banging on that thing the whole time, I'm gonna probably get injured
Okay.
in the way out. That's how I like. Maybe like if things are falling, I do think I'm gonna get hurt.
That makes sense. You are going to make an endure harm roll. This is a suffer move. So when you face
Yeah.
physical damage, suffer minus health equal to your foe's rank or is appropriate to the situation. So, your health I think is 4 right now,
Yeah.
and when they say, we'll say we decided this was a formidable place. So I think
Yes.
you are going to take 3 harm. Let's check here.
Oh no. What were you gonna
Yeah.
originally do?
So
What were you originally
hold
gonna
on,
do?
we're not done yet. So
No,
you're
no.
gonna take minus 3 to your health, which means your health is gonna go to
I'm at
plus
1.
4 to 1. Okay. And let me just switch so that everybody can see your character sheet here.
Ouchie.
Yeah, so you're gonna go down to 1. Doesn't mean you're dead though.
No.
Now
Yeah.
you're gonna roll either plus health or plus iron, whichever is higher. And I think your iron is higher. So you're gonna roll
Yes.
your iron, and let's see what we get.
All right, buddy. Stop crying. Go away. Sorry, my cat is arguing.
That's okay.
Iron. And no modifier, correct?
No modifier.
I got a complication.
Ooh, God.
So hold on, I was rolling so good, and they're like, "Hold on, we'll surprise you at the end."
Why does all of our sessions always end with a complication? This is hilarious. On a
Cool.
miss,
Cool.
you suffer minus 1 momentum, so reduce your momentum by
Okay.
1.
Done.
If you are at 0 health, you are wounded, but you are not at 0 health. But you are going to roll a D100.
What did you do?
What did
did I
you
do?
do?
I got a 40.
A
Let's see.
40. You are reeling and fighting to stay conscious. If you engage in any vigorous activity before taking a breather for a few minutes, roll on this table again. So, you're
I
fatigued.
think I'm gonna get.
You've taken damage. Yeah, like stuff has fallen on
Maybe
you.
I got hit. I got hit in the back of the neck, and I got concussed. Let's just go with
Yeah.
I'm concussed. I have a concussion.
You're still conscious enough to just keep moving. And I like to imagine that maybe, like, you know, because of the ceiling caving in and the structure being very weak, it just kind of opens up to you and you're able to escape.
Yes.
But you are so in pain and beat up from this experience that if you try to undertake a journey to get out of here, you could pass out. You could fall unconscious. Are you going to rest or are you going to continue on? And you can hear the storm in the distance, probably not far at all from you. And it's deafening.
Well, we gonna press on, I guess. And we're gonna have to see.
If you're going to press on, roll a D100.
It's 47.
You get the same result again. I'm going to say that half passes out from
Dang!
the exhaustion. And
Yeah.
we don't know how long it's going to take for him to wake up. But I think that when half wakes up, it's just this incredible noise, like so loud. And he looks and he can see that the storm wall has already passed and he is inside the storm. And he looks at his hands and he can start to see the iron starting to stick to his fingertips.
Oh, no. Yeah.
And we will find out if Half can make it out of the storm next session. Oh my God. I didn't think it could ever get this crazy, but of course, leave it to Amanda to leave us on this note.
Chaos.
Incredible.
I tried. I tried so
Hey
hard.
man,
and
you
it
were
was just-
rolling incredibly well. I
Right.
cannot believe how well you were rolling. But always,
Oh,
every
man.
session always has to end with a complication. So here we are.
And I love that.
Maybe the storm wall is only a couple dozen yards away and you can find it.
I'm hoping.
But you are in the
Yes,
middle of
that-
the storm, slowly turning to iron, and we will find out.
My poor bird. Hopefully he went ahead.
Yeah, we can decide next session
Probably.
whether he maybe got
Yes.
he moved ahead and is safe.
Well,
But
that's the next person's problem.
that's the next person problem. And speaking of the next
Oh.
person, let's
Ooh.
roll a let's roll a d4, odds Allegra, evens Caleb, because those are the only two people that are left. Roll a d4
All right,
for me.
right. If it worked.
Okay.
Odds. I know the first one
We'll-
is odds.
We'll
so
take the first roll. That is Allegra. So next session, the amazing
All right,
Allegra will either attempt to save Half's life or be rolling up a new character. We'll find out on the next Ironsworn. Thank you guys for checking in.
Thank you guys.
Amanda, thank you for being here. You were so much fun.
Likewise, Serge.
How-
You were amazing.
How
Thank
How did you like the game? Did it feel relatively
Oh, I
easy to understand?
love it. Oh, yeah, I would say when you're in it, it's so much fun. Also, like writing and all that stuff. If this is, I love how it's so collaborative,
Yeah.
and we can actually just build on it. So, like 2 seconds, and like, oh, I'm in it. I'm totally seeing it.
And it helps so
So-
much to have the tables that you can roll on that kind of help you make a decision.
Absolutely, you did a fantastic job.
Oh,
too, by the
thank
way.
you, Amanda. So did you. Amanda, is there anything you want to plug or say before we wrap tonight?
Everybody, I know, I just want maybe as of right now, if you can, like, we have other great stuff coming out with Legs historical, and also Aaron's streams on Mondays. I do watch it. I think y'all should as well. But I'm gonna really say, if you can, just wait till Ashoka comes out. I think you're gonna be pleasantly surprised and very delighted with what we came up with.
And let's not forget this coming Friday, where Amanda plays Brunhilde, one of the Visigoths of Malgoth versus Visigoths. It's a super funny
you-
one-shot that Zakia ran for us.
Can I give one hint to that
Sure.
one shot? It's Brittany, bitch. That's all I will say. And you know exactly what I'm talking about with that one.
So expect that
It's
Friday.
so much
Guys,
fun.
if you like what we're doing, give us a follow. If you'd like to subscribe on our Patreon, please do. If you prefer to subscribe on Twitch, that's also awesome. But we're only able to do this because you guys are supportive and watch our streams. But thank you guys for checking in, and we will see you next time. All right. Thanks, Amanda.
Mwah. Thanks, guys.
Bye.